Okay, when you go to the store and you are looking to purchase something, the only way you can actually obtain that thing and own it is when you take out your card, you take out cash, and you give the money and you get the receipt, right? So, in order for you to own something, you first have to agree to purchasing it. So, in life, if anyone comes into your life and makes you feel low, makes you feel inferior, like you're not good enough, like you're not doing blase blase, you should be this, you should be that, XYZ, the only way you can actually make that a thing in your reality is with your consent, by purchasing the comment, by agreeing to the comment, by allowing yourself to take ownership of that comment and placing it in your life. That is the only way that someone could make you feel inferior, which is why the title of this video is No One Can Make You Feel Inferior Without Your Consent. That is the truth. No one, and I mean no one, can make you feel inferior unless you give them the consent to do so, by agreeing with it, by actually placing ownership on their comment in your life. And you know what? When you purchase something, okay, you always have the capability of returning it unless it's like a no refund policy, but bear with me for this, okay? Just for this example. Let's say you are allowed refunds, okay? You are able to take back that item and no longer own it, but it is up to you. You have to get in the car, you have to go to the store, you have to tap your card again or insert your card or get cash back in order to no longer own this thing anymore, okay? So when it comes to a comment in your life that has allowed you to feel inferior, that has come from another person, you are able to get a refund on that comment. You do not have to make it a thing in your life. It does not need to be a thing in your life unless you give it consent to be something in your life. And you can choose a different pathway, literally in a split second. And maybe it's going to take a while for your subconscious to catch up with what your current self is choosing to do. But once you continue to not give that consent to any person, right, it will no longer be a part of your life. You have all the power. Okay, you can choose to give consent or not to give consent. And even if you don't feel it yet, like even if you don't feel like, oh, like I can't not give consent to this, you have the ability to choose differently every day. Even if that means feeling uncomfortable, even if that means feeling out of place, even if that means having, what's that syndrome called? Of place syndrome. Oh, right, imposter. Imposter syndrome. Even if you're feeling a little bit of imposter syndrome, it does not mean that you can't push past that imposter syndrome. Actually, the fact that you do feel imposter syndrome means that you are doing something different. It means that you are moving in a different direction and your body, mind, and soul are like, are we meant to be here? You are. So you keep pushing and then that imposter syndrome will just walk away. Okay, the more you allow yourself to integrate that new mind, body, soul connection of you not giving consent to that person to make you feel inferior and you putting your foot down and saying, no, actually, I'm not going to give consent to that comment. I'm not going to give consent to that thought. I'm not going to give consent to XYZ unless I choose to. And if it doesn't fit with me and my reality, then so be it. It won't be a part of my reality. Simple, easy. Yeah. So I'm just that simple reminder today that no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. And that is a fact. That is what it is. Let me look that up. I don't know if that quote is from the guy in that movie, Princess Diaries, or if it's like from someone else before that. Let me look it up. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. Oh, the quote is by Eleanor Roosevelt. Look at that. You learn new things every day. Former first lady of the, oh wow, look at that. She's the former first lady. She said it, okay? She said it. Princess Diaries picked that up and then brought it to us. Let that quote ring true every day in your life because you will enter new situations. You will enter new opportunities. You will enter new seasons of your life. And in those seasons, even if it's new, even if it's XYZ, even if you're not the best at it yet, whatever the case is, no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. It's okay to be a beginner. It's okay to be at this place because also another quote. I put Pinterest quotes in my videos all the time because I love Pinterest and it's just a big reminder app. Like it just reminds you of all these incredible things all the time. If I'm worth anything later, I am worth something now. For wheat is wheat, even if people think it is grass in the beginning. So You are worth something at all points of your life. It's just when you begin to rise up and really believe it and have that shine through in your actions, in your day to day. You are still worth something now, just as you are, because you are the person that is ultimately getting you to all the other next spaces. You couldn't have who you are today without the person you were 3 years ago. You couldn't have who you are today without the person you were 10 years ago. You couldn't have who you have today, yourself, without the person you were a year ago. So whatever has been happening throughout your life, doesn't matter what point you were at, you brought you to you again here, and you are going to bring you to the next point as well. So begin to really enjoy that. Soak it up. Soak up where you are right now, because ultimately this version of you is bringing you to the next version and the next version and the next version. And each version just keeps getting better and better and better. And honestly, that's because you're just beginning to realize how incredible you are day by day, week by week, month by month. The light within you just continues to radiate that much more because of you realizing who you are and finding joy in that and finding love in that each and every day. The only reason why it feels like you're getting better and better and better is because you are realizing you and how incredible you are day by day by day. And that light just continues to shine brighter and brighter and brighter. Literally, it's always been within you. It's just you choosing to now bring it out more and more and more. So just to sum it up, no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. Okay? Beautiful. Love it. Thank you guys so much for being here today. Remember that you are completely capable of becoming the authentic, best version of yourself, and that everything is always working out for you, no matter what it seems like at any given point in time. I will see you guys in the next video. Mwah!